In fact, why wait till next week? Here comes his review of The Art of Trash. The Art of Trash is one of Maui's favorite art shows, sponsored by Malama Maui Nui and Sharing Aloha. The show is all about turning trash into treasure. Paul James Brown went to the opening and has this review for Curtain Call.
The 15th Art of Trash opened last week at the Maui Mall, and besides the art, the event featured the highly anticipated Trashin' Show, where adults and young people try their hands at wearable junk. This year, the winner was the plastic tablecloth bride, modeled by Oriana Kalama and her real dog groom, designed by Lori Furumoto, art teacher from St. Anthony High School. It's an elegant piece. Two students from Kihei Charter, Bryce Fleischer and Kylie Bass, garnered second place for their comely black garbage bag and chicken wire dress that looked like it could have been worn by Natalie Portman in The Black Swan. Magazine Maniac, a mosaic dress made of magazines designed by and modeled by Tallulah Gontower with the help of friends Oscar and Annabella from Roots Middle School, took third place. An honorable mention went to Tammy Abreu from St. Anthony School, whose dress made out of a plastic shower curtain with accessories including a rubber duck was a big hit, and Chloe Hopner from Kihei Charter High School, who designed and modeled a dress made out of origami-like folded newspapers. For my money, Miss Hofner should have gotten second place. Her dress was much more couture, and it fit perfectly. However, they didn't ask me to be the juror. Ira Ono from the Volcano Art Center on the Big Island was again the juror. Mr. Ono, who created the first Art of Trash, has put together one of the smallest shows in memory. Only 32 pieces were selected from 65 submitted. Once again, the indefatigable Wilma Nakamura was on hand to organize and curate the show. The works are in two categories, one that combines lots of trash and presents them in a unique way, and others that transform trash and turn them into fine art that could be in any art show, and a few that do both. However, what is on display is the ability of artists to transform material to express something that the material doesn't normally represent. Robert Sargenti, who has been building instruments for this show for many years, took the top prize for a recycled broken surfboard and guitar called Miser Lou. He actually played Miser Lou at the opening festivities. The second place choice was Open Air by Tina Leah. The work is a plexiglass cube lined with wire to create a cage. Rat skeletons hang on the walls. A corn creature is at a feeding tube filled with currency. Another stands by. The floor is papered with equal and Splenda wrappers with more tiny currency littered beneath it. A bowl of currency tablets sits on the floor as well. I leave it to the viewer to find its meaning. Debra Fair, who is Maui's answer to Louise Nevelson, garnered third prize with her work Stuff Matters. Debra, who has two pieces in the show, is one of the artists whose assemblages are truly fine art. Her sense of composition and design is flawless. There is no one I know who creates such beauty from found and discarded objects. Mr. Ono gave her third prize. There was a fourth prize, and that went to St. Anthony School's Art Club for Loyal Caddy, a whimsical transformation of a golf bag, golf clubs, and other detritus. I particularly liked that it had the rule book in its mouth. I wondered whether it was eating the book or presenting it to its master like one would a thrown ball. Mr. Ono gave honorable mention to John L. Wilson's Duck Tour. That included a toilet seat, blower motor case, PVC elbow, juicer, shower, caddy shelves, spatulas, and a phone charger. Mr. Wilson had 6 pieces in this show. Perhaps Mr. Ono liked the humor in the piece or the number of items utilized. However, his other pieces were much more interesting. For example, in Connections, Mr. Wilson mounted metal plates from electric motors, framed it in copper tubing, and created a very pleasing art show quality design. In Elliptical Elegance, Mr. Wilson transformed an oven pan, microwave motor, closet door, rollers, saw blade, tiki torch, brass plumbing parts into a rotating piece de resistance. Finally, Mr. Wilson took microwave oven, motor fan, tin cans, VCR parts, drop light handle, toaster oven cover, oven pan, copper wire, and created a replica of a World War II attack aircraft, which he will present to Lieutenant Jim Lloyd, who flew number 407 with Attack Squadron 105. Mr. Wilson was one of the men who rescued Lieutenant Lloyd after he was shot down in Vietnam, in North Vietnam. The other honorable mention went to Victor C. Pellegrino's Time, Can't Be Recycled, made from watches, computer parts, discs, hard drive discs, floppies, keyboard letters, memory cards, motherboard, wooden board wire, and a clock. The work makes a point about time, that's for sure, but I don't know about the not being recycled because the artist has recycled implements we use to measure and mark time. But is that time? But don't think too hard, your head might explode. Besides the prize winners, there are several other works worthy of mention. Joy Webster's lovely assemblage of old gift wrapping, tea bags, labels, dictionary fabric, scraps, threads, ribbon created a pleasing design with texture and depth that brought the viewer into a conversation with the work. Chris Mithen's An Abstracted View, made from tin roof, sheetrock paneling, wood, and silk leaves, was for me one of the more accomplished works in the show. Mr. Mithen created a real work of fine art by utilizing found objects to redefine them and cause the viewer to see the work, not the items that created it. This is the essence of the Art of Trash, and I feel the best work in the show. The Art of Trash is open daily 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Maui Mall near the fountain and until May 2nd. Stop by and take a gander. It's a terrific show. Well, that's Curtain Call for this week. I'm Paul James Brown. Ahui ho. Next week, I'll have a review of Maui On Stage's Brighton Beach Memoirs